Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I am here, this rising, getting ready to juice. Not gonna keep you long. Just wanted to bring you in. Reset is loading. Mentioned to you yesterday that we were making smoothie bowls with a goal. Today, we're juicing to get the reset loading, right? So, I didn't juice yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and juice today. I'm not sure if any of you can really tell, but I feel very swollen. A lot of the foods, you have to watch the salt content no matter what you're eating, and the salt intake. So I think that I have taken too much salt in um, my diet of what I've been eating. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but either way, it's time for a reset. I always recognize when it's time for a reset. I don't feel great in my body. Sometimes I feel overexerted, over field. Yesterday, Lala came into live. Lala, High Vibe Coach. She's a member here on the channel, but she's also a content creator. And she put out there that she was, doing a reset, which is awesome, right? That's really awesome. So when she said that she was going to do that, I'm like, you know what? That's a sign. I need to jump in on that. So I'm going to do my own rendition of the reset. Kind of, she's going to be fasting this week for 7 days. I started today. So I'm getting ready to start cutting up the fruits and vegetables and everything. So I want to get you down here so you can actually see what I'm doing, but you will still be able to hear me in conjunction to that. So I'm going to go ahead and um, start cutting up these apples first. I'm going to go ahead and make the green juice first. I was going to make the orange juice first, but I think I'm going to go ahead and make the green juice um, first here. Let's get this popping so I can see the comments. Peace and love. Peace and love. Welcome in. And I'm going to be right here. I'm just chopping up these apples for my juice. I'm going to do an apple, cucumber, kale, ginger, lemon. This is great detox, great for green juice is always great. Cleans you out, gives you the fiber, gives you what you need for sure. So definitely tap in for that. Great rising, great rising. I'm trying to pull it up so I can see if there's any comments here. I don't know what's happening here. There we go. Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to get these chopped up, and then we're going to go ahead and put everything we need. I'm going to do 2 apples, 2 cucumbers, a lemon, and a thumb of ginger, and some handful of kale, and see how that turns out. I always test the juice first to make sure that it's not too much of one thing or the other, and then I repeat the steps. So we're going to go ahead with that. I'm going to go ahead and get this lemon peeled here as well. Let's go ahead and get that going. These lemons, the lemons going. Lemons are true detoxifiers too. They give you the acids in here, helps break down the insides there. So yes, smells so good. All right, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and drop that into the processor, into the juicer. I'm gonna also put the apples in the juicer, and then we're gonna cut up these cucumbers. And honestly, in a juicer, you don't have to necessarily cut up the cucumbers. You don't have to cut up any of the anything that you put into your juicer. It's truly up to you if you want to do that, um, for sure. Said I was going to talk to you about the reset. I'm definitely going to be doing a reset here. I meant to put the kale in first, so this may come out a little iffy. Let me rinse this kale out real quick. Just need a handful of kale. And kale is always something good here that I truly enjoy using. I just rinsed a handful of kale here. I'm going to stick it in, even though it should have been at the bottom. Should have went in first. You always load the light first, and then you load in the heavier items. But I did it in reverse. But we're going to go ahead and turn this on. Give me a second. You're not going to turn it on if it's not plugged up. There it is. So, I'm just going to push this down because I did put that in last. Literally, you want to do it the opposite way, right? You want to put it in with the softer items at the bottom so that it pushes down and it gets all of it through. But as you're going to see, it's going to fill up here. And this is my green juice. I'm going to do a whole cut up for another batch of green juice. Let me turn off the water. Another batch of green juice. I'm going to do it twice, which I typically do. These are really good here. Green apples, green juice. Great combination. I'll soon be showing y'all what to do with this pulp. You know, as y'all can see, the pulp is coming out there. Pulp comes out pretty dry, as you can see. Definitely, you can eat that pulp. My grandbabies love the pulp. Not necessarily to the green juice. They like it to the red and the orange juice. They're like, I'm not too sure about that juice for the, you know, for the greens. I don't know about that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to release this so you can see. Hopefully you can see. Here, I'm going to go ahead and release this juice out. So you can see. There you go. There it is, baby. Alright, and I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to reload this. This time I'm going to put the kale in first. Let me get a bag of kale here. I didn't put any ginger in that last one, so I'm going to double up on this ginger. This time around, I did not put the ginger in. But give me a handful of this again. And I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, there we go. Load that first. We're going to cut down a lemon. We got our 2 apples here. And as you can see, juicing is really not that difficult. And it's an all year round thing. It's most refreshing, of course, in the summer when you want like a cool drink. But it's nourishing throughout the year, right? So this is definitely, you could turn these juices, some of the pulps, you can turn them into teas. You can make teas out of them. I've made tea out of my, from my pineapples, things like that. So definitely that. I'm gonna go ahead and get this ginger going here as well. Usually you want to use about a thumb of the ginger, like so. A thumb amount, which will probably be about that. But because I'm doing 2, I'm going to give it out a little bit more in there. And I'll taste it. If I need a little bit more ginger, I'll do that. But right now I'm going to go ahead and throw these apples in there too. Bam. Like so, like so. Like so. Make sure you're coming in, you're liking the live. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry, I'm ready to cut the wrong thing. To cut up some more cucumbers. And of course, you know, I wash all my fruit and vegetables before I utilize them. When I tell you it smells so fresh and so clean, oh, juicing is probably one of my favorite things to do. It comes down to it. So I have my lemon, my apples, my cucumbers, and my kale in here. This is probably the best way that I like to make my my green juice. There's so many different ways. You can do cucumber, apple, celery. You can do parsley, green peppers. Um, for me, this is the carrier. This fruit here is a cucumber, and it is the carrier fruit, meaning that it actually is going to give you the most juice out of everything. This and a watermelon. Cucumbers have the highest water content that it is. So even when I'm just drinking water, which I will do, I just want to show y'all how dry this pulp is. It's just freaking amazing. But cucumbers have the highest water content. Most people think it's watermelons, but it's actually cucumbers. I'm going to go ahead and release this here so you can see that coming out. There we go. Still got a little bit more to go. While that's doing that, I'm going to check out this pineapple, y'all, because that's going to be my next juice I'm going to do. It's the pineapple. I think I got some celery in here. I might get the celery one instead of another kale. I don't have any celery. I don't have any celery. But let's see what's going on with this. This pineapple may not be any good because I actually let it sit here for a few days. It smells good though. It smells good. But let's see what we come up with. Let's say we're going to be able to use this pineapple because this is actually my favorite drink here. I'm going to go ahead and release this, turn it off, and release that out. And I'm going to let y'all see what this looks like before I continue. Here, look at this, y'all. All right. See how pretty that is? Look at that. That looks good. That looks really good. Look at that. Y'all can hit that like button if you came in. Hit the like button. I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to begin to pour them up into the glasses. And I'm going to make as many as I can from for each jar. That's 2. Might be 2.5, y'all. I should have stirred it up. I didn't stir it up. Let's hopefully that it came out evenly. Give me a minute to taste. Tastes pretty good. You still stir it up a little bit. They do taste good. Tastes good. Just stirring it up a little bit here. Cheers. Welcome in. Hit that like button. Share the live. Let other people know that we're here live on Queen's Alchemy, juicing it up and resetting the tone. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and close these up. And there we are. Green juice. Now we get ready to hit that orange juice. Just so you know, like these juices here are definitely going to last me probably through Friday. Depends Only got 2 of those. Got several of these. So that's good. All right, so let's yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and hit this up for the. This is what I was saying. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to make a tea out of it. I'm going to put it in a pot, but I'm going to put, right now I'm going to put it just in a bowl to the side. Just put it in here for right now. Go ahead and put this down. I'm so glad the pineapple didn't go bad. I think this was truly I was being looked out for, because I did let this sit here for a while. But yeah, so how I make my tea. Matter of fact, I'll probably take y'all along with making my tea if I have enough time. How I make the tea out of this. I'll show you how to do that as well as a bonus, so you don't throw away, central parts of what you could use for the juicing. So I'm going to go ahead here and get this chopped up. When I tell you, this probably is definitely my favorite juice. It is pineapple, lemon, orange, turmeric, I got the actual turmeric, so I'll be using turmeric and ginger. So we're going to get some more ginger over here. Break off a piece of this ginger here. That's enough ginger. I got turmeric there. We're going to use a lemon. So cut that down. Lemon helps preserve the juice as well as give it that little acidic need that it has to help with the stomach as well. So, and I just cut the. Now I'm actually going to keep this part to put with my tea. So I'm going to leave that there to put with my tea. And we're going to go ahead and load this up. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse out this. And I'm going to let this come out. This juice come out of there. I'm going to run this. So I can try to run all of the green out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get the greens out of it. And then, so when I'm running this orange through, I don't have a green orange juice, because, I like my colors. My colors are important to me. But I'm definitely going to use this lemon juice here as well. Sometimes I run an apple through it just to make sure, but I'm not going to do that today. We're going to go ahead and load the pineapples up first in here. You could just put them in. This is a good size. I mean, if you want, you could cut it down, of course, to smaller pieces. This is a Namaje2 that I'm using. I am an Amazon affiliate. I did purchase my Namaje2 through Amazon. I have the link in the description, so if you're interested in the juicer, you can definitely do that. I'm going to cut up these. I'm going to go ahead and start juicing out this pineapples, and then we're going to throw in these carrots as we go along, okay? We could drop them right through the chute. Drop them in the chute. Drop them in the chute. Throw this, throw that ginger and that turmeric in there too. And it's going to start, you got the yellowing coming through. Um, it's going to be overpowering in a minute, where it's going to take a different form. As you can see, I got a different color pulp coming through. Looking so nice and dry. Look how dry the pulp is. That's important. That means you're getting every ounce of the juice out of the juice. Out of the fruit or vegetable, for sure. Okay, so that's that on that. All right, and then um, as you can see, it's starting to turn orange in there. I'm gonna have to release this out. This one's gonna be like a dirty orange, but it's definitely going to um, get that orange in there. I love carrots in juices, so I usually put quite a bit in there. I think here I've used about 4 oranges, juices. I mean carrots, I'm saying juices. Carrots here, but we'll let those come down there. I'm going to show you what this juice turned out to be, y'all. How it turned out. I wish I had more than one pineapple. Alright, so pretty much, because I had that green in there, it's a little off color, but this is the orange juice here. We're going to go ahead and jar this up as well. Here, pour it in. Some people strain theirs. I don't bother. Give me all the nutrients, everything. I'm good. It doesn't even really need straining. There's no pulp. I mean, if I was to strain this, you probably see like that foam would be in there, but it's not even, for me, it's not even worth it. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in there. This should give me almost a whole 2 cups. So that works. That works. And this is what it looks like. Yep. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna also, like I told you, go ahead and throw these in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna put this on the stove here for the go ahead and drink this. Pow. How you like me now? I'm gonna go ahead and peace and love. Bring y'all over here to the stove, so y'all can see what I'm about to do as it pertains to move my lids. Give me a moment. Where is my things? Wipe my stove off. Get me a pot so I can show y'all what I'm going to do with these. The piece of lemon and the skins to the pineapples. So give me a second to get me a pot. Probably have to use a big pot. I'll be using this pot. You don't need a pot this big, but I'm gonna use this pot here. Let me rinse it out. I do use filtered water, so I will be putting filtered water in here. Give me just a minute to get some filtered water to fill it up with, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. So from the juicing, you can take your scraps that you have including your pulp, right? So from this pulp, I can actually make some vegetable broth or a type of broth. I can make a tea out of this. I just don't have my strainer bag, so I can't do that right now, but I can always put this in a baggie and do it later. You can also make things like granola. You can make crackers. You can make soups, all kinds of things like that. My filter water comes out of my refrigerator, so I sit up here filling it up as I go along with this from the refrigerator. So bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. But I want to show y'all how to put this together and what you need to do in order to get this tea. When I tell you this is probably the best tea I've had, it tastes delicious. You can do it cold or you can have it as a hot tea. And you can keep it in the refrigerator up to about a week. And it won't go bad. So yeah, that's been my test of this. So definitely. But let me show you what you're going to do here. So first things first. Now this might be enough water. You're going to take these things that you cut off of your pineapples. You're going to just put them in the water along with your lemon skins. Put them all in the water. That's what it looks like. Okay. In the water there. We're also going to use some rosemary. And we're going to use some cinnamon. So I'm just doing this. I have some open. I just don't know where it's at. But I do have some cinnamon sticks that are open. But I'm going to go ahead and use these. If I can get them to come out. Okay, there we go. And I put about 4 of these in there. 4 cinnamon sticks to a whole pineapple hulls. 4 cinnamon sticks. Just throw them in there like so. As you can see, putting the cinnamon sticks. I put the lemon hull, the hull to the pineapple. I'm going to add some rosemary in there. You can use, for me, I have this rosemary. You can use the dried rosemary if that's all you have, but I think I have some fresh rosemary in the refrigerator. So let me check it and see if I do. Got some mint. You could even throw some mint in there. You could throw some mint in there. That might set it off too. But all I got is mint. I keep mint because I make my own water. I infuse the water with mint and mint, lemons, and cucumbers. And here's some fresh rosemary. I know I had some in there. So here's the fresh rosemary. Naima, peace and love. Welcome in. So I'm going to take this rosemary here. I'm going to put it in there. Break it up. Just drop it in there like so. Yeah, I thought I had some rosemary. All right, throw that in there. Now let me make sure I got everything I needed. Ginger. That's what I didn't put in here. I put rosemary, cinnamon sticks, lemon hull, and pineapple hull. We're going to drop in and break off some ginger. I'm going to cut it up so it can have the aroma and everything releases on it. Definitely. Here we go. La la. So there we go, putting the ginger in there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring this to a boil. You see how much water is in there? This actually is going to make a great tea. Great amount of tea, I should say. And I just put them into these same jars. And I have a little bit of it left from my last one. And like I said, you can, and this is what it ends up looking like, right? But you could just put this in your, um, make it warm, heat it up, or you could drink it cold, however you choose. I mostly do it warm and add a little bit more lemon to it. And that's usually what I do, but I'm gonna push this back on the back eye here and turn it on to get it to a boil. Once that boils, I would strain it and put them in those jars, like I said, into my mason jars. So pretty much that's how that works, okay? And maybe I'll come back and show y'all, how how it turns out, as far as that goes. But I just showed you what a jar of it looks like. I wanted to talk to you real quick. Like I mentioned, this is about my reset as well. Coach Lala is in the chat. Hey, Coach, welcome in. And she is right now, started yesterday, weighed herself in. She's doing a reset with getting rid of all the junk food. So she's ridding herself of the junk food. Definitely, I'm going to be doing a fasting as well, and mine may go into different genres of fasting. Maybe complete fasting with just juice and water. Maybe all day water fast, and then maybe a intermittent fasting with just raw diet. All implemented together, just going to feel my body out and pay attention to the needs. But I know that discipline is more important than motivation to do certain things. So when I feel my body talking to me, I definitely listen, right? So like I said, I feel like something I've been eating must have had a huge content of salt, or a saltier content to it. And the reason I say that is I feel swollen. My face feels swollen. My abdomen feels swollen. My legs, I feel swollen. I feel a lot of inflammation. So one thing I know for sure is that turmeric, that ginger, the juices that I have created, this is going to help release some of that inflammation in my body. So this is one thing. This always, when you're ready to reset your body, stop putting food in your body that is causing the inflammation to begin with, right? So something that I have going on has this inflammation, has me inflamed. So I have to go back and restudy, relook, and pay attention to what it is that I've done differently that I didn't do before. After coming back from my time away from time, which I will be dropping that video soon, where y'all see my vlog of my time away from time vlog, which actually gave me the best reset that I could have had. I felt I came back and I was heavy, even though I kept my same routine, I kept my same things. But I think, your mind mess with you. You know what I mean? So definitely that. Miss Do It Yourself, Miss DIY, thank you for being here, sis. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Get It Together Wellness, thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you. This here actually makes me happy. Okay? To taste this, when it goes down, I don't know if any of you ever paid attention to Lala when she says about her juice. Like, she is so passionate about her juice. If you actually juiced and drank it, you will understand why. Because you are full immediately of feeling like it's like you feel it going through your body and working. You know what I'm saying? It's like you feel it going through your body and working. So definitely. Hey, Coach. Coach Mean Reen in the house. My other dedication to my reset is, I mentioned it. I don't know if Coach caught it, but I mentioned that I am resetting with Lala right now. under her fasting. I just made my own rendition of it. Um, but I'm also going to go back and pull up your videos and do your workouts because it's no excuse to not do them. I used to be like, oh, I don't get off until you're whatever, but now it's no excuse because you've recorded it. So I definitely need to get out there and do it. So I'm going to be implementing that this week as well. For the rest of this week into the following week, I'm doing this for 7 days. And I did do a weigh-in, I am not, and I repeat, I am not going to be giving my my weight, because I can't believe what my weight said. And it made me kind of nervous when I saw my weight on the scale, because when I look at my body, even though I feel a little bit fuller and I feel I can see the fullness in my face, even though I can see this, I want to believe the number I seen on the scale. And so that's enough to get you moving too, Um, but I'm definitely going to track the amount of weight that I have lost. That weight that I started with is amazing, because just last week I did weigh myself, coming off of the fast that I was doing. I did weigh myself, and this is significantly higher. So I don't know. But Fictober is activated. Absolutely. This is Fittober. And guess what? It's Queen's Tober over here. Make sure y'all get into it, because the Queen could be doing any amount of things, right? I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to be fasting. I'm going to be uh, doing fitness. I'm going to be doing everything and anything and all things, right? Queen Tober up in here. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all wearing y'all crown? Where all the queens and kings at? Put that crown on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So this is what we're doing here. Over here, month October. Y'all know this is my anniversary month. Yes. 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 Again, I can't, for whatever reason, I'm going with October 27th. That's my date. I'm going to go with that date. I've been saying the 27th. I have still yet to look to see if that's the date I released my first video. But I can't believe it's been a year. I've met so many people throughout this journey. And those that I feel like been with me for the continuation of the journey, I appreciate you for supporting me and being here. I'm appreciating all of the levels that we've come together and grown together. I am so excited about where we're going and what it looks like. I'm loving the growth that I see from each and every one of us, whether it be the individuals that are content creators, or if it's just, if it's people that's watching and they have their own growth from being inspired by the growth of others. So yes, this is a beautiful thing. And so with that being said, I'm going to finish my juice. I'm going to get off of here, and I'll see all of you soon. Remember, every Saturday I have 5 p.m. I'll be doing fall soup Saturdays, where I'll be creating a different soup, vegan style, where it may not have any, I just don't cook with meat, okay? And most times I'm not cooking with dairy. And so that's pretty much it when it comes to that. So make sure y'all tap into Fall Soup Saturdays. That's going to be a great thing. It's every month, every day, every weekend, every Saturday this month, in the month of October, Queentober. And so we're going to be doing that over here. Also, I'll be popping up live here and there and dropping content. At this point, I just have not dropped my first content long form for this month, but it's coming. It may even drop today, so keep your eyes open. It will be the vlog from my time away from time, so make sure y'all keep your eyes open for that, and tap in, because it's definitely an inspiration more than anything, right? So that's really what it is. Tampa, I see you, my sister. Tampa Creek, Homestead, and more. I miss you over there. I'm really not out here in these streets as much because I'm not staying up as late. I'm trying to get my rest. That also plays a big part in your reset. So I'm trying to get rest. I'm trying to sleep at night and not be in these YouTube streets. And then given the time allotted for YouTube that time, right? So that's what I'm doing. I know we are our own biggest supporters and we have been supporting each other. So I'm definitely there when I'm there. And you know, I show up when I show up. So definitely there, that. And, but I do miss y'all over there. I miss you, miss you, miss you. But as you know, I'm going to tap in. And then I'm getting off of here because today is a work day. As y'all know, I say the plantation, but that's where I'm headed. I'm getting ready to get out of here. And again, I'll be sharing my journey with you for the next week. Wednesday of next week, I'll come back here and we'll have the same conversation on the reset. And we'll find out how the reset turned out as far as inches, um, the fat, um, releasing of the fat, because you can measure that on your scale, and also on my scale you can measure that, and also in pounds. I just don't want to share my pounds because I cannot believe that this is right. I almost want to just wait and weigh again tomorrow because I just think something is off. But with that being said, it is what it is. It says what it says, and I'm going to do what I got to do. That's it. I cannot believe it. But when I'm looking at myself, even in this camera right now, as I'm looking at myself talk to you, my face feels like it's like 10 times the size that it normally is. And I mean, y'all look at me more than, I mean, if y'all looking at my videos, I mean, do you see a difference? Because I definitely can see that I feel swollen. I feel swollen. My neck feels swollen. My hands feel swollen. I feel tight. I just don't feel like the queen. But it's Queen Tober. So what I'm going to have y'all do is make sure you share out the live. Make sure you tap into my other channels if you haven't. And make sure you tap in on Saturdays for Fall Soup Saturdays. We're going to keep juicing. Cheers to each and every one of you. Thank you for all of you who have liked the live. Make sure you share out the live on your timelines and across your social medias, and tell them all about Queen's Alchemy, how she's putting in Queen Tober for the month of October, celebrating her anniversary year, coming into 1 year on YouTube as a content creator. Cheers, juicing, resetting, doing all the things here on Queen's Alchemy. So I'm going to talk to all of y'all later. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for all of you has tapped in, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace, love, and wellness. You know how we do it over here. We don't just nourish the body. We nourish the mind, body, and spirit. Peace and love.